All right. Holy smokes. It's been a minute, guys. It's been several minutes. It's been several days. Feels like weeks. It feels like months. It feels like years. It's been too long. I'm so happy to be back and feeling somewhat human again. Appreciate all the well wishes. Let's get into the charts real quick. This video is in partnership with Prime. So check out Prime XBT. I'm back working with them now. Super happy to be back on the Prime team. 25% off of trading fees if you use the code Mayne50 and the link below. So check that out. 25% adds up quick. Register an account, use the code Mayne50 and get up to 25% off of your trading fees. And that's a lot of fucking wampum there. Let's get into the charts. I'm actually super happy with what's going on chart wise. If you guys watched the video I uploaded like 3 or 4 days ago, everything is working out like we thought. I got long right near the bottom and I'm comfy as fuck. I'm long both Ethereum and Bitcoin, and both of those setups were discussed not just on my Twitter but on the last video that I uploaded as well. So even when I'm dying from COVID, I'm still fucking, delivering that alpha and still managing to get on the right side of the market. So I'm feeling really good about that. I'm really happy with the entries that I got on these trades. So we'll start off with some hindsight analysis. What did I do to get long? Why did I get long? And hopefully some of you guys got long too, because I was bullish at the lows. We fucking nailed the bottom. Okay. Twitter's been insufferable, blah, blah, blah. The bottom line is this, guys. All that matters is the charts. I'm giving you the tools in these streams to make your own decisions. So you don't need to worry about what people on Twitter are saying. You're better off trying to educate yourself so you can make your own decisions. And that way, if it works out, pat yourself on the back. That's all you. If it doesn't work out, you can't blame anyone but you, man. Anyways, we're looking at Bitcoin here. We've been talking about this for a while. Last video, right? We were talking about this range. This is from December 15th. So that's, 6 days ago. This is a fun tweet. I just posted a bunch of previous bottoms to show that this current bottom looks a lot like other bottoms. So leaning bullish there. And then when we actually started to bottom, right, this is what I wanted, right? I wanted to see a move up from this weekly order block. So we had that big sell-off into weekly support. So I'm looking to be a bull here. And we talked about that in the last video. I said after a big down move like this, seeing this kind of chop and this kind of sideways price action and, contracting of price is completely normal. And, people are calling this chop. This has been a very clear downtrend, but you can see that price is starting to contract, right? We had big ranges here starting to contract. And then obviously in the second image, I said, I think we get something like this. And this is pretty much exactly what happened here. We also lined it up very well. This is from the last video, right? One more move down below the low, reclaim the range low. There's that low. We moved below it, reclaim the range low, slightly higher low, up to the mid range. So this is exactly what we thought was going to happen. It's played out perfectly, about as good as you can ask it to. And this is totally within, a reasonable retest area. I think after this big sell-off, we had a huge sell-off here from here to here, 40%. So having a retrace of, let's say, up to here, completely not out of the question. Big retrace of the down move. We're into high time frame support. So I want to be bullish here. I talked about this in the last video. I'd rather be flat or looking to be bullish here than expecting this to just roll over again. Much more likely, I said in the last video, that we see something like this if it's going to go down again, because the bears don't just get a free ride. There's no free rides, right? And if you zoom in, we've basically had a massive downtrend here where shorts on every lower high have been completely uncontested. There's been no stop runs on any of these levels. So if you've been shorting since the high here for basically the last month plus, you're comfy as fuck and you've had zero stop hunts. It's been a free ride. That doesn't happen. Generally, when you see stuff like this, eventually you get that short squeeze because everyone just gets comfy shorting, thinking, oh, it's just gonna go straight to zero, forgetting, hey, maybe we are gonna drop hard again. But there's no way these people are getting a free ride, in my opinion. Maybe even some of these people don't get a free ride on the way down. But we came into high time frame support after a massive sell-off, and I said, I want to be a bull at support. Some people seem to forget. So let's speak hypothetically here that we're in a bear market now. Okay, let's say, hey, we're in a bear market now. This is going down to 20K. It doesn't do this. This is not how a bear market works. A bear market works like this. Big rally, right? We're in a bear market now. Big rally, sell off again. Big rally, sell off again. Big rally, sell off again. It doesn't go down in a straight line. In the downtrend, right, there's periods of up. Some of the best rallies to trade are bullish rallies in a bear market. Some of my best trades were these trades. That's 100% rally, 50% rally, 40% rally, 30% rally. So some massive rallies, even though this is a downtrend, doesn't mean that there weren't longs to be had along the way. I'm not saying we're in a bear market. I'm just saying that even if this is going into a bear market, there's going to be rallies before down legs. What makes it a downtrend is the down legs are bigger than the rallies. We're going down more than we're going up, but there's still going to be rallies even if this is becoming a bear market. I'm not saying it is, but what I'm saying is there's still going to be rallies even if we are in a downtrend. So if you like longing, you want to pick your spots and say, okay, well, I don't like shorting, but I can admit that we're in a bear market. Okay, well, when we come in a high time frame support, then I'm going to look for rallies. It's as simple as that. And that's what we're doing here. We're in a downtrend here. You cannot deny that this recent PA is a downtrend. It's very clear. However, if you zoom out, there's still a chance that we're doing something like this, right? And that this is just a big higher low. That's still possible. But we don't need to predict 10 steps ahead. We only need to predict one. And right now we have a 40% drop into weekly support. We come into that weekly support, we form a range. I'm looking to get long with hopes of some sort of relief. And that's what we talked about in the last video, and it's starting to play out now. So in the last video, we drew out the range like this, came into support, formed a very clear range. We ran the lows. This was last video. We put in this low. I said I wouldn't be surprised if we run that low again. Back above range low, boom, right? Why do we want to be a buyer down here? We're bullish at the range lows. We're into that weekly order block, which is here. So we're looking for reasons to get long. So what are reasons to get long? Well, we've got a range. We've got buying happening at the range lows. We've got swing failure patterns happening at the range lows. So how did I get in a long? I said, okay, we've got our range low here, and then we had multiple SFPs. But once we had this swing failure pattern, I'm looking to buy, right? You're either buying on a reclaim of the range low with your stop below the SFP, or you're buying on some sort of breaker, right? So the breaker play is where? The initial SFP is here. So to me, the buy is anywhere here. And this is what I posted on Twitter, or on Discord, excuse me, right? Anywhere in here was the buy on BTC. There's your breaker right there. The up candle, the down move that caused the SFP. We rallied away, we broke market structure, we came back. Your stop is safe down there. So that was the BTC long right there. I ended up buying on the range low. I didn't even buy, at the breaker. I bought at the range low when we reclaimed the range low here. That's what I did to get long. And if you zoom out, how do we get our targets? Our targets are from the range, right? Right into the mid range. So that's how I got in the long, and I posted this on Twitter. We talked about this in the video, and we talked about it on Discord. So if you go here, this is the exact setup, right? Run the range low, reclaim the range low, stop goes below the stop run. Here is that exact fucking setup right here. Obviously, it's never as clean as the fucking drawing, but here's that initial low right there. That low is this one right here, okay? Ran the low, that's now your risk. Reclaim the range low is your entry. It's exactly what we talked about in the last video. Clean as a whistle right there. What are we doing on Bitcoin now? I think we continue to rally. We are in the mid-range here, so could see some bit of a pullback here, but I think any sort of dip is for buying at this point. I do think we're going to go and at least test the range high. So any sort of dip, I'd be looking to buy. So if we come back and we retest this, 47,500, I think that's a buy, right? And I think you're targeting at least 52K. Ultimately, I do think this rally could have some legs, and I think we could trade higher. But yeah, dips are for buying. Ultimately, I wouldn't be surprised if we go up to, as high as like, the mid 50s. So where am I getting those levels, right? Well, if we rally hard from here, that seems like a pretty clear draw. That price floor, run all of these highs up into there. That seems like a pretty fair target at the very least. 53K area. So range high is 52. 53 is a nice draw, I think, on price. So let's see what happens. But I think dips are for buying. I do think that this rally has a little bit of legs. Could we dip down one more time first? Sure. We could have one more move down before we go up. But based on the amount of bidding that we saw Finex doing down here, I think a lot of people are offside on this move, and Ethereum is looking relatively strong. I wouldn't be surprised if the low is in now and we're going to see that rally, but could obviously have one more dip down, but I'm looking to buy on any sort of pullback and add to my existing longs. First target, 53K. Right there. That's my first target. Second target would be higher up here, but we'll see if we get there. 52, which is the range high, to 53 is your first target, first boss. Let's go look at ETH. Ethereum gave us a fucking super fucking clean level, right, to work with here, which is basically the previous all-time highs close. Well, it's not basically, it is. You had the previous all-time high close, right? Then the second rally came right up to there, rejected, and then we got above that level and we're retesting it from the upside, right? So in my opinion, Ethereum looks better than Bitcoin. Someone said like Ethereum doesn't look very good. Ethereum is retesting here. Bitcoin is well below that high, right? For Bitcoin to get really bullish again, it has to get back above this because this is a failed breakout for now, right? Like this is a failed breakout of here. So for Bitcoin to get super bullish again, it's got to get back above there, right? Whereas Ethereum, on the other hand, it's not a failed breakout yet. It's holding those highs, right? So that's a very clean level there. And then you zoom in, same thing as Bitcoin, right? Like not nearly as bad of a move down. Bitcoin was like that massive drop. Ethereum had that, but this had a way bigger bounce. So, I mean, if you want to turn it into a range, you can. So I like this block. Down candle before an up move that broke market structure. Came into it. Yeah, we wicked below it. But again, you have that weekly level here as well. So there's your confluence of support. So same as Bitcoin, right? We had a big sell-off into support. I'm looking for reasons to be bullish around this 39.26 level. We zoom in and we wait, right? We had the big dump, big rally. This is still in a downtrend and then it starts flattening out. So from going lower highs, right, and lower lows, now all of a sudden we're kind of going sideways, we're into that support and we start getting bullish swing failure patterns happening. So I'm looking for reasons to get long. What is a reason to get long? A bullish swing failure pattern on the 12-hour chart within a 3-day bullish order block near a weekly support level. That's a reason to look for potentially getting long. So I marked this out. And again, this was shared on Discord for free Discord, right? There's our sweep. We had multiple sweeps here, right? Ran those lows, ran that low, ran this low, but this is the lowest sweep that happened. You zoom in, you say, okay, well, where's the breaker? It's right here. Up candle for the down move that ran the low. Broke away, broke market structure. We retested it. You could get long on either of these retests and your stop is here. Your stop is at the low of the breaker, the low of the SFP. You could also just enter this as an SFP, right? So as soon as this candle closes as a swing failure pattern, you could have longed it there with your stop there. It's also just a 4-hour bullish order block here. Down candle for an up move that broke market structure. We retested it. Stop goes below. Within this 4-hour order block, you have another sweep right here. You want to get tighter risk reward, you zoom in there. Where's your breaker? It's right here. There's your breakout. There's your retest. There's another retest. Stop there. All I'm doing is I'm dialing in an area. This is what I always talk about. You start at the high time frame. You look for the area where you think price might react. And then as you zoom in, you're just zooming your scope in. You're like a sniper. You're zooming your scope in and you say, okay, within this big gray 3-day order block, I want to look for longs. But maybe that's too big of a range. Maybe you don't want to just long here with your stop here. You're like, that's too wide of a range. Okay, how do we get tighter risk reward? We zoom in. Now you go down to the 12-hour. Now you have, this area to work in, this SFP. Then you zoom into the 4-hour and you say, okay, now we have a 4-hour order block within the 3-day order block. So this is a 6% range where that 3-day order block is, 9%. So it's a tighter area. Then you zoom into the hourly and you can go as low as you want. But the bottom line is we have all the makings of an area where I want to look for longs. We have the weekly SR level. Order blocks form near key SR. 3-day bullish order block. Zoom in again. We have 4-hour bullish market structure and a 4-hour bullish order block. Zoom in again to the hourly. We found an hourly breaker within the 4-hour order block, within the 3-day order block that also lines up with the 12-hour bullish SFP. So you're looking for all of these pieces of confluence, and by zooming in and layering these zones over each other, you're just zooming the scope in to a smaller area of price that you're going to focus on. That's all it is. You could have entered this based on the 12-hour alone. You could have said, okay, we have a 3-day order block here. I'm entering right here, 12-hour SFP. That could have been your setup. That's your entry. Stop is here. Target got to be at least up here. Almost a 3-hour trade. That could have been your trade right there. You're just chilling. But maybe you want to get it tighter. And so by zooming in and finding, another potential setup within the 12-hour order block, you could get a setup like this where you're entering on this 1-hour breaker, right? And with that same target on the 12-hour, now you're in 6R. Or on the 4-hour chart, you could have entered on this 4-hour order block. You enter at the edge of the order block, stop here. We'll take that same 12-hour target, which is up here. So there's multiple ways to get into this trade. It's up to you. Do you want to enter on the 12-hour? Do you want to zoom in and try and get a tighter entry on the hourly? All I'm showing you is you start at the high time frame, you find the area that you want to do business. I want to be bullish in this weekly order block. That's step one. Why do I want to be bullish there? Weekly order block, high time frame SR. I think we're going to get a bounce. Great. Now I'm zooming into the lower time frames and I'm looking for reasons to get bullish. Bullish market structure, bullish order blocks, bullish SFPs. First, you find the area you want to do business. Why do you want to do business there? Mark it out. Now I have a bias. I'm ignoring bearish signs because I'm biased to be bullish. And now I'm zooming in and I'm looking for those entry triggers that I've talked about. Ranges, swing failure patterns, bullish order blocks, breakers, all things I've shared for you guys for free over the last 2 years on YouTube. You can go back to any of my old videos. It's the exact same shit. Some of those old videos are really long and the price action is irrelevant because we're trading at 60K. Some of those videos I did when we were at 6K. But the concepts of how to actually get in the trades are the exact same. So they're still worth going back and looking at and watching. We're gonna take a real quick look at FBTC here, right? We've been talking about this range forever. Finally broke out. I drew out this daily order block and I basically said what we want to see, right, is this kind of range high and this order block here become the higher low. Because if this happens, good chance that Bitcoin and ETH are both going to rally. ETH will outpace Bitcoin. It will rally harder, which is good if you're long Ethereum, but that's just going to be the most bullish outcome, right? If this happens, doesn't necessarily mean that nothing is going to go up, but it means that Bitcoin is going to be stronger in Ethereum. Ideally, I want to see Bitcoin kind of lead this next rally, but I'm also okay if ETH is really strong here. So I want to see this area hold as opposed to a deeper pullback and then a move up. Because if this happens, I think this is more likely. That means that we haven't made our low yet and we might take another stab into the low 40s. I think if the low is in and we're going to go up to 53K, I think there's a good chance that this moves up from here. But we'll wait and see. Regardless, right? If you want to be long either Ethereum or Bitcoin, if this goes like this, Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin on the next leg. I'm sitting there. This is coffee and I just sit there every day, multiple times a day, and I close my eyes and I inhale and I just imagine what coffee smells like. Imagine the smell. It's not very strong, but I can kind of smell it. Yes, I am alive. If I really reef on it, I can just kind of get a faintest little bit of a smell. I am literally imagining the smell. Damn, that would have been a goodie. Goody two shoes. All you beta bitches afraid of COVID. I'm literally immune, bro. I'm not gonna tell you because it doesn't fucking matter. It's nobody's fucking business, man. I don't give a shit. It's not my business. What I do is not your business, bro. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't, don't. I don't care. Free fucking country. It doesn't exist. Taste doesn't exist. So, what the fuck was I talking about? I'm Trader Mayne. And I'm sorry if this video is a little bit all over the place. My first one in a while, and I'm still not 100% fucking mentally, good. What the fuck, man? Fuck you. No. What? God damn it. I have no fucking idea. Maybe. Being a bull is just better. Bears are low T. They're the scum of the earth. They deserve to go extinct. Everyone knows this. We all hate bears. Being a bull is better. It's a scientific fact. I can't explain the science behind it. I'm not a scientist. I'm not Willem Dafoe in Spider-Man. I'm not somewhat of a scientist. But I just know that being a bull scientifically is just better. I'm a clout goblin. Everyone knows that. I plant clout seeds and I later harvest them. My brain's still not fully there, I guess. It's coming back. I swear to God, it's coming back. Just gonna go pee real quick. I gotta pee, sorry. I piss mad loud. Just the faintest bit of a smell. Sorry about that, boys. Just had to rip a fucking quick piss, you know? In your personal experience, is there a correlation between net worth and number of girlfriends? Yes, there absolutely is. Whoever said money doesn't buy happiness didn't have enough money. Just put it that way.